Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Q, and today I wanted to talk about Rekordbox 6.1.1. It's a lot of ones. This is a minor and a decent update at the same time. So it's just a standard update, some fixes, some bug fixes, and yada yada yada. It supplies support for Tidal, which I guess is a big deal because of all of the major software. Rekordbox is the one that supports the most of the streaming services all at the same time. And unlike Serato, you don't have to switch between the two. You can use them all at once. So that is kind of a big deal. So you can get your stream on. The other thing that it adds is the edit. And this is the bulk of the video that I wanted to make. Rekordbox came up with the alternative to Serato Flip and Serato Studio, but not quite. This is basically a dumbed down version of it, but a simplified and probably a more efficient way to do all of these things. This is a new addition to the Rekordbox software. It adds the ability to edit and manipulate your audio. For instance, if you want to add a 4-bar loop at the beginning of a song, you can just copy the part that you want with the drums on it and just drag it to the front. Export it into your library. You can probably do it in less than a minute, like literally in less than a minute. As long as your beat grids are correct, it is so simple to do. And you know what? A lot of people are like, here it comes. A lot of these times for like Serato Studio and for me personally, my workflow to do something like this is I take the song out, I put it on my desktop, import it into Ableton, figure out what the tempo is, line up everything, get all the cue points correct, cut it up, copy it into the front, make sure the tempo is still on for the whole way through. So I gotta do the metronome, I gotta check the loop is correct, export it, put it back into my library, and then I have the file. Now, if you're telling me that I can just go and open up this section of my DJ software and copy the 4-bar loop I want and drag it to the front, and that's it. And I could do this all in under a minute. Hell yes. Now, there is some caveats here. It's not as robust as Serato Studio, so naturally you can't add drums and do all this other stuff. This is not a DAW. Don't expect to make beats with this thing or do anything more complex than copying loops and moving them around or manipulating the audio. If you want to say you want to trim out a section that's like it brings the energy down, you can just cut it out and slide the thing back and everything's going to line up correctly. Like it's fairly straightforward. If you're trying to do something more complex, like you can't throw out getting a DAW or using Serato Studio for what it is now. Let's be clear here. And the other thing is that for you to use this thing, you have to pay for it. It's gonna be a monthly, I think it's $14.99 or whatever. You have to pay for that version of a record box. So I mean, there's that too. If I was paying $14.99 just to use regular record box, I would be like $14.99 for some of these other features. It, I still hate, and I know what I said. I hate the concept of renting my friggin' software. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. So I'm not on board the renting thing. But this feature is very interesting and I want to do a longer deep dive. Like I spent an hour fooling around with it and doing some exports and it works exactly as advertised and it is easy as advertised. So if my caveman brain can figure it out, like I think anybody can figure this thing out. So I mean, kudos to them for making something this simple. But you have to have your beat grid correct. You have to. If your beat grid is off, forget it. Just to throw it out. It's not gonna work. But I mean, that was a given anyway. So you can only use this on stuff that doesn't have any sway in the tempo. But regardless, this is a very interesting update. I like where this is headed. I wish you could just buy it flat out, and hopefully, people put enough pressure on Rekordbox to make them kind of give you an option to buy again because this renting thing is for the birds. But I will say this though, this is a very, very interesting update. I like the edit thing. I like where this is headed, and I wish more DJ software had the ability to do simple edits like this. I want to go the whole process. I just want 4 more bars at the beginning of a song, or I just want a longer chorus, or like just simple things that I shouldn't have to go export my music and do all this crap. Now, I haven't tested this out on Beat Source yet. Uh, I'm not sure if it works. We'll have to check that out. I did check it on some regular stuff that I had in my library, and it worked fine. I don't know if it'll work on Beat Source because you're not really allowed to edit things. Like you're not allowed to save onto your computer. So I know we'll see. This looks fascinating. I gotta say, this is a good update. Some more stability, basic bug fixes, additional title, and now this edit feature, which I encourage. Put like that. I'll put like that. I encourage this. That's great. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Are you still using Rekordbox? Have you written it off? Are you done with Rekordbox once you had to start paying monthly? Or are you just like, this is how it is, I guess? I do this for you guys, all right? We'll leave it like that. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. And peace out, guys.